In this game, you can enchant your weapons to be lightning, fire, all of that stuff. If you want to make your weapon normal again, this is how you do it with this stone. So that's what it says. Used to imbue weapons with the power of the mundane. So it basically makes it normal again. So I don't know anything about KOTOR. I haven't played KOTOR since the first one. I played KOTOR 2 for a while and then fell out of it, and that's my history with. Yeah, it's a single use stone. But you get more of these later in the game. And then there's a point in the game in which you can just buy them. But it's not till way later in the game, so. But yeah, as for KOTOR, I haven't played KOTOR since I played a little bit of KOTOR 2, and then I haven't looked back, and that was like, oh god, 2007 or 8. So okay, so you can. So right now I only have a dagger, so I can two wield. I can two hand a dagger, which let's let's look how two wielding a dagger looks like, or two handing a dagger. Which this is what it looks like. I guess you can, since I don't have a shield. It looks ridiculous, but you know. Because he can barely fit his hand on a dagger, so. Can't remember which. Yeah. There's actually a drop off here. And for the longest time, I was afraid to make this jump, but it's not that hard of a jump. It's very easy to get this item. Amber herb. Okay, let's look at an amber herb. It restores spell uses, which is really good if you're a caster. So, yeah, I never played the original Battlefront games. I never played Star Wars Obi-Wan either. So, all right. So that's what that item does. And obviously, to get back, you have to jump again. I used to be so scared of this, but it's not that big a deal. Just do it and be done with it. Okay. I don't have a shield, so I can't parry. I'll try the plunging attack. Let's see what this one says. Guard break, which I think you need a shield for that. Yeah, that didn't. Okay. Isn't anything else in here? Yeah, it is a little more frustrating jumping around and like to navigate. But it makes the game more interesting. It adds more stakes to it. Now, okay. Now, in the normal Dark Souls 2 game, you can just walk through here. But here, they have a petrified guy. A statue blocks your way. Now, so there's no way to get around him. You have to unpetrify him. And there are items to do this. They're really fucking expensive, like 13,000 souls to buy it. And you can also find them in the game. There's only a very few number of these. You cannot farm them. But it is worth going in there later, so we'll go in there later. But that's as far as you can go with the tutorial. And in this version of Dark Souls, the Scholar of the First Sin Dark Souls game. So, anyways, so now I remember I was so fucking hyped for this game. Like I was like almost shitting my pants. I was so excited for this game. And this game only came out 3 years ago. The original only came out 3 years ago. It's not that old. Majula. Which you're gonna spend a lot of fucking time here. Well, maybe not that much time. But more time than you did in with Firelink Shrine. Get used to this music. Okay, Divine Blessing. Now you can actually go up that way. There's something up there, but we're gonna wait to go up there. So, what does Majula mean? It's just the name of the city. I think there is an explanation of it later in the game, but for now I don't. Actually, no. I think the guy up there, he explains it. So, this is your first official bonfire. The very first one you see outside, that one doesn't count. This is the one that you're going to come back to all the time. Now, in the first game, halfway through the game, you can warp to different bonfires, but in this game, they start you out with that ability. That's what the travel ability is for. So I can warp back to the first bonfire if I want to. Some people were really pissed off about this, but the reason why they gave you this ability right away in Dark Souls 2 is because this game is like twice the fucking size of the first one. So it takes forever to run places. So it's good to have that ability to warp right away.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse.
Majula.
I will remain by your side.
So the first way you said it, Cousin Eddie. Majula.
Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
And this is where you get the Estus Flask. But guess what? You only get one. Why do you only get one? Well, you'll find out.
He who made Dranglake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick.
You may level up. So this is how you level up. So guess what? If you kill her, you cannot level up. It's that simple. She's looking over there at that kingdom, which you eventually have to go that way. So.
Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid.
I've never actually killed her. I'm not going to kill her in this playthrough, though.
The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
So she gives you the Estus Flask, but there's only one usage. Actually, I want to see what it says for it. Yeah, even the description doesn't tell you. I always like to put my healing stuff together. Let's see. I can. Yeah, we'll put this over here, I guess. I don't know. Actually, you don't need your Pharaoh's Lockstone in your pouch thing. That I don't understand that. This is a healing item, the Divine Blessing, so I might as well put that here. Yes, if you kill her, you cannot level up. She does not come back, and you can't level up ever again. Unless you start a new game. That's the only other way you can level up. Or if you get to New Game Plus, which, if you're level 1 and you kill her, you're level 1 for the whole game. Sorry, buddy. Which might be kind of bullshit, but yeah, you killed her, so you kind of did yourself in there, buddy. So, And that's one thing I like about this game. This game does not forgive people who are just going to do stuff like that. So you can experiment and just start over. I mean, you're not that far in the game if you just kill her right away. So, what else should I put in here? I guess I can put... Oh, yeah. Why didn't I do that before? I wanted to put Divine Blessing in here. Which, yeah, cures status effects and fully restores HP. I never use Divine Blessings unless I completely run out of stuff, though. So... Oh, yeah, you also start with bolts. But you don't start out with a crossbow. Which I've always found that kind of weird. Oh yeah, she does. She gives you a really good item later on in the game. It's a feather. And what it does is, it does the same thing as the bone, but you can do it forever. At the homeward bone, it sends you back to any bonfire, but it only has one-time use. The feather you can use forever, so once you get that item, I mean, man, that's awesome. But you don't get that till way later in the game, so... So you only have one Estus Flask. If you find more, well, I'll show you how to upgrade it later. And then there's normal leveling up. I don't have enough souls, so let me... I've picked up some souls. Yeah, they say the same shit, so... Yep, I may have just spoiled the game for you. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I should have said spoilers right off the bat. You can totally fault me for that. I apologize, sir.
Bearer of the curse, seek souls, not seek less this.
If you don't want to watch me anymore, I totally understand. Because I didn't even give a spoiler warning for it, so I apologize. What should I level up? Let's do, I want to do attunement slots first, because you start out, unless you start out as a sorcerer or a cleric, you do not get slots for your spells. You have to level that up, so that's what I'm going to level up first. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. And from now on, just so you know, I'll try not to spoil stuff, but sometimes my mouth goes and I can't control it, so alright. Another soul of a nameless soldier and life gem. You might think, oh shit, he has like 24 life gems, man. He'll never run out. You would think so, but you'd be mistaken. Put all your points into swimming? Yeah. Okay. So this is like so this guy is the equivalent of the first guy you meet in Dark Souls 1 that just gives you all the exposition. This guy does the same thing.
You're undead, aren't you?
This guy's a little bit nicer, though.
You have that distinct sense.
And he doesn't try and kill you later.
Irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you me or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them.
Yeah, so
Each has a
this is
powerful soul.
he's basically talking about what happens in the first game where you have to kill 4 major bosses in order to continue. It's the same thing in this game.
Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders.
They actually explain that eagle on the shoulder in the description. I'll show that again. It's kind of funny.
Plain faith in the Blue Sentinels. When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid.
So, okay, so
Action is yours.
there are 2 guilds that are intertwined.
You accept their
The
kind.
Way of Blue and the Blue Sentinels. So if you're in the Way of Blue Covenant, you can summon the Blue Sentinels to come help you. If you're in the Blue Sentinels Covenant, if you wear the Blue Sentinels ring, you can be summoned by someone from the Way of Blue to help you. So that's kind of a nice thing. But that's the only covenant where 2 are connected. So later on you can join the Blue Sentinels Covenant. So it's kind of nice. It's a covenant for people who are just starting the game and need some help. So
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue
yeah, I
Sentinels
agree
watch over
with the
us in their
waves.
benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time.
Okay, so you can learn a gesture, welcome, which is just like, he just goes like, ah. So, and I've already entered the covenant. Now, if I talk to him more, he'll tell me more about the lore. So if you care about the story, here you go.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back.
So that's actually, in my opinion, there are a few different ways you can go. The Forest of the Giants is, I would recommend, is the safest way to go because the enemies are less hard. There's another way to go, which he'll talk about.
Cade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate.
The far gate's over
Into the-
there.
The
Can't
apostles
really
of
tell
Blood
where it
gather.
is, but
But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know.
yeah, the contraption. So that's a whole nother thing. I'm not gonna spoil stuff anymore. I'm really sorry. It looks like that guy has already left. I apologize for talking about that feather. But yeah, it's so far it's later in the story that even if you watch me stream up to that point, you'll probably forget about it because it's not till way later in the game you get that item. So I'm sorry I spoiled that for you. Um, but yeah, all of these are kind of a spoiler if you're watching me play. So
Have you seen that pit, that gaping?
so he's talking about that hole which you can barely see over there.
What it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there. Not without a ladder of some sort.
Huh, I wonder if he's foreshadowing that you need a ladder. Yeah, the outage on Wednesday did affect me. I couldn't see the stream for like 3 hours, so I'm glad they did a second stream after that to make up for it. Um,
The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us.
let's see if he has anything else to say. I think that's everything.
Long ago, a woman called a
Oh, okay, I guess he does have more to say.
each bonfire. She kept
He has a lot of shit to say.
guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went.
Oh, they're just in that house back there.
Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures.
So
between
this is what I mean by weaving the multiplayer into the world,
the flow
which is what he's talking about.
convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams. The messages convey our very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen.
Yeah, so he's talking about you can leave messages, and in Dark Souls 1, you have to find an item first before you can leave a message. In this game, they give you the ability to leave messages right away, and to be honest, that's fine. They could have given you, they should have done the same thing, but they decided to give you that ability right away. I can show you that part, so. Because I was always wondering when I played this game, when am I going to get the item? But you don't. It's just something you can start out doing right away, so.
You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits there'll
Yeah, so that's talking about summon signs, which is another multiplayer ability. And then there's also, you can also summon guys to invade you too, later on, so.
be. Do you see the way beyond
Okay, so yeah, so he's done.
gates? The ga-
So now he'll just say the same shit over and over again, so.
May you find peace on your journey.
So I'm sorry for that lengthy discussion of everything, but yeah. Oh, and this is cool. Yeah, so this keeps a tally of everyone playing the PC version of this game and how many deaths there's been worldwide. So that's pretty funny. So now you'll see, if I look at it again, it's gone up at least 20 deaths since I looked at it before. Now this is really, it's really fascinating to see how many deaths. Now, when I first played this very first time on the PS3, there were only like 100 deaths, which I thought was pretty interesting. So yeah, so those messages are really useful in this game too. So yeah, if you keep doing this, you'll see more. Yeah, one more death, a few more deaths. So this are other people playing. So that's kind of funny. So you can always come back here and look at how many people have died. Yeah, this is the hub area. This replaces Firelink Shrine in the first game. And then this, I have no idea how you look at this. You need a certain item, I think. If anyone knows how you look at these, it might also be. I think it's something they left in the game that they didn't. That the developers didn't finish. Or maybe it is something you can look at. I'm not sure. So, a lot of blood stains because people falling off the edge and dying. So anyways, this is how you leave a message in this game. In the first game, you find an item. In this game, you can do it right away. You just go to message, and you can leave a message. So, hooray for... So you can choose which item. Hooray for control. Let's just do that. Hooray for control. So you can just leave this message. So you can add more to it if you want, or you can just hit X. So that's my message. Check my message. Hooray for control. Okay. And yeah, what you said before, tofu eating zombie, that's true. Dark Souls worlds are based on worlds that are crumbling, or like society is all going to shit. Here's another message. Visions of leg. Oh, he might be talking about like if you walk on some items, there's a glitch where you can make like, yeah, part of your leg hang off. Let's see if I can get it to happen. Yeah, like that. Like, you see how one leg is raised and the other is lowered? Like that. Like, that looks fine, but his leg is not on the ground. His foot is not on the ground. So that's a glitch. Which, there really is no way to fix that. I mean, you just have to add more animations, but at this point, it's not worth it, so...
Seeing it was vacant. And now somebody's gone and locked the door.
Now, in the first game, there are a few blacksmiths. In this game, there's only 3, I think. No, there's 4. Yeah, there's 4 blacksmiths in this game total. So, this is one of them.
I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
Oh, that's cool. No, I never thought about modding the game. Because, I mean, I don't know. I just play different games if I get bored with this one, so...
I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key.
Chop chop. Chop suey? Yeah, so it's locked, so... Yep, so we'll find that key later. I'm gonna try not to spoil shit like I did before, so... Another life gem. And then there's shit over here. So that's the big hole he was talking about. And you can bet your ass you can go down there. Not for a while, though. Oh, and then there's this.
Oh.
A cat.
Molly. And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say.
It's a cute looking cat.
Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalquar.
Shalquar.
Shantae.
Shalquar, which is so weird.
What did you want anyway?
I always want to call her Chanticleer for some reason.
You smell wonderful.
So Sweet Shanta Chalclar. I want to call her Chanticleer though for some reason. Anyways, with her, she can show you about the different